Good morning, it's Karen from Simply Living for Him. I am here to do my daily encouragement video from God's Word. I hope you find these videos to be a blessing in some way. I hope you share it with a friend, subscribe to the YouTube channel. So I'm sitting out here and I'm reminded of what it says in James 1:17. I'm going to paraphrase because I don't have my Bible in front of me, but it says that every good and perfect gift comes from the Father above, who is without variation or shifting shadow. It also says in Hebrews 13:8 that Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And I feel like those verses just bring me so much comfort to know like that God doesn't change. He is so constant. He is so faithful. You can trust him because he literally cannot change. You know, this world is constantly changing. This world is not trustworthy. But something that I noticed just now that demonstrated this to me was like mind-blowing. So every single year, the Japanese beetles will appear in June, the third week of June. They always appear. And we used to have a problem with Japanese beetles in our garden. We don't have that problem any longer. But what happens is first I will see like these little, I think they're like water beetles. They're a little bit of a different color, and then come the Japanese beetles. And it is like clockwork. Like there is no way anybody could think that this whole world just exists by accident. That, you know, all the things that happen just happen accidentally. There has to be a creator in control. Like it is just too mind-blowing to think about everything in this earth, how it just points to a creator. So the Japanese beetles, every single year, they appear the third week of June. Today's date that I am recording this video is June 20th. It's going to be posted on June 22nd, but it's the third week. It is the third week in June. And what did I just see? The first Japanese beetle. Mind-blowing, yet not. Because that's what the Bible tells us about God. I don't know why I'm surprised that he is so constant and he is so faithful and he is, you know, just consistent. Like every year, it blows my mind that I see a Japanese beetle the third week of June. And if you look it up, they'll tell you they appear in my area in the third week of June. How do those beetles know it's the third week of June? They don't have a calendar. Because God created them, and God shows that he is who he says he is. He is the same. He is trustworthy. He is constant. He is consistent. Shows us that in the Bible. One of those verses, like I said, is in James 1:17. It says there is no variation. There's no shifting shadows. He is who he is, who he is. And I love that because in this world right now, you don't know who you can trust, what you can trust. 1 minute something is one thing and the next minute it's another. It's constantly changing. But God, he is always the same. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. That is the God we worship. That is why we never need to be afraid. That is why we can submit and surrender our lives to him, because he never changes. And what he says is true, and what he does is constant. He is who he is, and he does what he says. That's what the Bible tells us, and that is what the creation tells us. So I hope this encourages you. If it does, I want to hear from you. What things do you see in nature, or do you see every day that point you to our Creator who never changes?